Hi, I'm Max, you can call me D, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi and welcome to my channel family. So this is the long-awaited overview video of my crochet cosplay booth, and this video is a little late. I'm sorry, I'm currently really busy with school, but don't worry, my video lineup will be coming out pretty regularly. If you haven't seen my video lineup, then you're probably not following my Instagram for updates. You should fix that, it's down in the description. But anyways, this video is just a quick overview of what I did on the cosplay booth, how much money I made, and just generally about the experience of it all. Also, before anybody starts asking like my mom, no, this isn't a tattoo. I was bored in my English class and I drew on myself, but I would honestly love a tattoo like this. Anyways, yeah, let's stop yapping and let's get into it. So first thing that I want to say is that I had a really great time and it was a really good experience. Also with the organizers, they were really nice. They explained everything to me, even though I had some silly questions like, hey, if I pay you the booth fee, does that include my admission or not? Which I think is a valid question, but I got everything answered. They were very nice about it. Yeah, it was generally really great. I spent a total time of 4.5 hours on the booth, which I think is pretty great considering that the entire meet lasts approximately 6 hours. It's about from 12 to 6, so I think that's pretty great. The rest of the time was spent on the photo shoot if you haven't seen it. Also, like, I had to leave a little early because I wanted some food. I was starving, so that's all in the vlog. If you haven't seen it, here it is, and you can find it on my channel. It's the latest video. I sold approximately a smaller half of my stuff, which is way better than I expected. At first, people weren't coming, and I was worried that like nobody would want to buy anything because I generally put myself down a lot, and I'm very aware of that. But people started coming and they actually bought stuff, which shocked me. I was like, whoa, why are you actually giving me your money for something I spent time making? My brain just had like a hard time processing that for whatever reason. But money-wise, I started with about 1,500 Czech crowns. I'm gonna try to convert these numbers here because the only thing that I actually have in dollars is the amount of money that I made. So I started with 115 Czech crowns, which I had in like coins and just generally smaller amounts so that I could give it back to people as change, which was a big issue because I didn't have everything in change. Obviously, I also had like hundreds and 200s and bigger bills, but for some reason nobody had coins, like nobody had change, and I kept having to like give my change to people. And one time, these two people in a uniform, I don't know who they were, but they bought one of the cherry keychains, if you've seen the video, and they didn't have enough money in coins, so they wanted to give me a bill, but I didn't have enough money in coins to give them back their change for the bill. So they donated those coins to me so that I could then give them their change, which it was a very silly interaction, but I honestly loved that. That was very interesting. So at the end of the meet, like approximately 4.5 hours later, I didn't time it of course, I ended up with 3,650 Czech crowns. Now if we do some math, then we end up with a number, the money that I actually made. I don't know how to speak today. Well, basically, I made 2,150 Czech crowns, which should be, according to Google, approximately $102.8. I know that sounds horrendously low in dollars, but I generally had my things priced really low so that it could be number one, cute, number two, affordable-ish, while still giving me enough money so that I would be satisfied. This was my first time selling, and I didn't want to put my prices as like minimum wage. I wanted it to be lower specifically because it was my first time selling, and I didn't feel like my quality of my works was high enough for that price, and that actually got a few people a little bit angry, I would say. I have this friend on Moom who sells there regularly. His name is Chris. If you've seen the vlog, he bought the pink bandana. He's in there twirling. He got a little angry about my prices, and he said that my bandana was priced too low. So he was like, no, don't you dare give me change, because I'm not gonna take it. This is too low of a price. And I understand that they were low on purpose, but it also helped some people, I think, get familiar with how crochet items shouldn't be priced, because I told them like every single time they paid me, like, hey, remember this is handmade work and this is below the standard because I'm a first-time seller. And every single one of them was like, okay, yeah, sure, like either I'm aware or just stuff like that, you know? Also, some of my friends supported me and they bought stuff from me, which I wasn't expecting like at all, because you saw my messy ass process and you were like, I'm gonna give you money for this. What do you mean? I love you. But anyways, for the Genshin commissions, I actually ended up with 2 commissions for the Genshin plushies, for the Shaw, and then for a custom Flints. I don't have a pattern for Flints, so I'm freehanding him, and he's actually like on my window right now. I'm gonna bring him. Now, he's not finished yet, and he kind of looks ass, honestly. But look at the little guy. Looks like kind of bad against the camera because I have a dark hoodie and his clothing is also dark. All that he's missing is like a belt and sleeves. But the hair? I think I devoured with the hair. Also, I really like this blue that I picked because it has glitter in it and it's like nice and glittery and stuff. But this pattern took like maybe 2 days because I was really busy. But it's absolutely adorable. I'm growing attached to it. I kind of don't want to give him away, but I will, don't worry. So this was the first commission. I'm still working on him. The second commission is Shao for my friend. If you've seen the vlog, it's for Will. He bought the bee. He was my first sale. And then I got a third commission, which is for my cosplay father, Bob, who took a look at my pouches and he was like, can you make it bigger and in purple? And I was like, you know what, sure, I definitely can. So now I'm working on this guy. I'm gonna start working on Shaw and the pouch. So that's kind of what I've been doing between the videos, just so that you're kind of like in the picture. And I mean, I generally think that I did really good for a first-time seller, because I was expecting my rates to be like kind of lower than regular sellers. So the Genshin plushies weren't actually as big of a hit as I thought they would be, because I know that MOOM is usually filled with Genshin cosplayers, but this time it wasn't. Like, I don't think that I saw more than 6 Genshin cosplayers, which is obviously fine. Like, I'm not hating that you didn't put on a Genshin cosplay. Genshin cosplays are uncomfortable as fuck. But generally there's like more on MOOM, and I don't know where they all went, but I'm glad that I got some commissions out of it. And I'm just generally very happy that people actually supported me. As I said, I wasn't expecting any of that. I also wrote everything down in this like little notebook thing, and fun fact, I actually forgot my own pen at home while I was packing up, even though I had it specifically prepared for the day, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this pen with me so that I can actually write the stuff down and so that I can write out the commissions and everything. But then I still forgot. I don't know how that happened, but my friend borrowed me his pencil, so if I put it on the camera you can barely see it. But this basically has all of the sales that I have, so that I can actually count the money before I actually counted like the little box that I had my money in, and so that I can count like the products without actually like digging through the bag and stuff. But I think I sold a lot of things for my first time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
16. I sold 16 things in total, which, that's not a smaller half. I'm sorry, I'm gonna correct that statement. That's like a quarter, but it did feel like a half when I'm looking at the cat bag. So I'm sorry, that was my misunderstanding. But anyways, I think that's all that I had to say for this. I had a really great time at the booth, and I will do it again because it was just generally a lot of fun. I think that it could be fun again. Obviously not at the next MOOM, which is in December, by the way. I'm not gonna be doing it at the next because it's in 2 months and I have school and I'm kind of overwhelmed already and everything. So maybe somewhere in the future I will do it again. but not right now. And don't worry, I won't be making another Moom series because I've noticed that the algorithm doesn't like it, but I honestly couldn't care less and I just finished it. So I might do another booth sometime. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, for everybody who watched this series, I wanna thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I really enjoyed making things and watching people actually look at them and take interest in them. And I was very flattered to have some people buy stuff from me. And all of this money will fund my next cosplays, which I don't want to spoil it, but it's gonna come out soon. By soon, I mean like a few months. So yeah, I think that's it. If you enjoyed the video, then please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to, you can leave me a comment. If you want more regular updates on the videos and what I'm doing between them, then definitely follow my Instagram. It's down in the description below. And I also want to thank for so many new subscribers coming. Hi, where did you come from? Hello. We are at 143 subscribers right now, I think, which I'm extremely grateful for, and I love each and every single one of you, and I thank all of you for your support. So I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!